환영합니다, 손님.
How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to another video of Library of Ruina, the modded series. I'm DemoonicWolf, and today we're facing off against the second part of J Corporation mod. Now, with that, guys, I hope you're having a wonderful day, and let's go ahead and jump right in. Today's commission went well as usual. Hey, Anard? Oh, Mona, this is my first time seeing you in such a hurry. Come here, would you like a drink? Mr. Anard, what's with all the noise? Is there something going on? As you can see, I'm all wounded and I can barely. Let me go in and rest for a while. What happened? Tell me slowly. I just came back and haven't caught my breath yet. Give me a margarita. I'll have a mojito. Not long after you left, a client who called himself Observer came by and said he was from J Corp. Pwah! Sure enough, Mona's mojito is really strong. It's good that the drink's nature is to your liking. Anard? Wings Commission a la really surprising and frightening. What's the objective, Mona? How about we talk about the reward first? Well, the reward is always our motivator, not to mention if it is from a wing. Let's talk. The reward is providing us with funding, equipment grants, and K-Corp's Healing Singularity. K-Corp's Healing Singularity. Healing Singularity. With that said, can Lin Bingshe receive treatment now? What exactly does the commission say? 100 million on will be paid as deposit for acceptance of this commission. Equipment, customized services, and treatment services from K-Corp will be provided after the completion of the commission. It seems that they already know the situation at hand here. Yes, there are obvious hints in this commission. Ha! Is this some sort of disguised threat? It's not that we don't have any other choice, it just takes a bit of effort to move the office to another nest. Escape isn't the only way out. Even if we go to another nest, it is easy for J Corp to block the way to survive for the mere office. And the problem of Lin cannot be delayed any longer. I can't bear to see Lin suffering from her headaches anymore. I don't know how long that small body of hers can last. I did say during that time that she would only be a burden. Speaking of burdens, Mona here never did rush to tell me about it. When will Mona be more honest? Okay, this isn't the time to be talking about it. Let's first see what kind of errands they have for us. Let's see, go to the library and retrieve the Book of Sealers. Library? That library recognized as a star of the city? Right. What? Mona? This isn't the first time we've been commissioned to handle a star of the city. Are you scared? Scared? How can I be? But you should know that there have been many high-ranking fixers who have all gotten buried in that library. Come on, Mona, how will we know if we won't try? Do you doubt our abilities? It can't be helped, you guys. This is the invitation from the library. I have signed my name. Yikes, wasn't this decided long ago? Come on, Leanne, let's sign our names up too. Okay. Brother Saw, what are you doing? Why did you come out, Bingshe? Did we disturb you? Our little Bingshe. Looks like she just woke up from a dream. Why don't you go back to sleep, Lin? We'll keep our voices down. Ah, is this the new commission? Bingshe, when did you... library retrieve book and below name. Brother Leanne, have I read the words correctly? Well, yes. My little Bingshe, please give that piece of paper back to Sister Mona. Little one, this isn't something you can mess around with. Leanne, Anard, please sign your names first. My little Bingshe, what happened? Are you going to leave me behind? No, Lin is good. Don't cry. We'll be back after going out for a while. Little one, just wait for us here. We can take you to a doctor when we come back. Your head won't hurt anymore. Lin Bingshe, just this time, be good and wait for us here, okay? No. I want to go too. What's wrong? You've got a puzzled look on your face. That little girl exudes a familiar aura. What does she have? A headache? It doesn't feel like a normal headache. J-Corp actually investigated a little girl. Looking at their reactions, it's possible that she is the product of some wings experiment or something. You have to have a really big heart to take in such a child. They all seem to be in good terms with each other, don't they? Not quite the same. Helping friends or relatives who are in distress is a different thing from becoming a friend or relative to someone who is in distress. If you already know in advance that another person's private affairs will cause you trouble in the long run, you should cut off the relationship in time. Even a high-ranking fixer with that sort of sentimentalism will one day fall into a quagmire of pain. But then again, aren't there already so many distortions running around in the city? Angela? Roland, you once said that cases concerning urban nightmares and above are mixed with invisible sense of compulsion. Whether it's Clifford who carries out the company's orders or the wound office that handles the commissions, are they really making choices based on their own will? I think you already have the answer to that in your mind, no? Damn, the moment is here and Bingshe is already such a mess. We still ended up taking her with us. So, are we in the library now? It looks pretty clean in here. Now that you're here, just do the right thing. Bingshe, don't go running around the place. Greetings, dear guests. I am Angela, the director and librarian of my role's namesake. Hi, I'm Leanne Sakis. Hello, name's Anard. Hello. As the intel states, the director really isn't human. There's something here. The Book of Sealers, right? Yes, those guests have been turned into books. So, death here means turning into a book. Feels kind of interesting. Let's protect our Bingshe first, and both of you must pay attention to your safety as well. Here, may you find your book in this place. Alright guys, it's time to go over the information of the Wound Office, starting off with Anard's page. 350 HP, 225 stagger resist, 2 to 7 on the dice rolls. HP resistances are normal for slash and stab, endured for crush. Stagger resistances are endured for slash, normal for stab and crush. Moving over to the passive abilities, we have Anard. At the start of each scene, restore 1 additional light and draw 1 additional page. Whenever this character discards a page, restore 1 light and draw 1 page. Bloodthirsty Killing. At the start of the act, the combat page killing nature is added to this character's EGO list. When using a combat page with an effect involving bleed, all dice on the page gain 1 to 2 power. When inflicting bleed, using combat pages additionally apply 1 stack of tear. Finish off. Upon winning a clash, if this character's roll value is higher than opponent's roll value by 4 or more, add an offensive die slash 4 to 4 on hit, inflict 1 bleed next scene to the die queue. Once per page, does not activate on counter dice of this character. Mutilating Saw. When inflicting bleed using combat pages, apply 1 to 2 additional stacks. Deep Wound. Upon winning a clash with offensive dice, inflict 1 bleed next scene. Razor Strike. Upon a successful slash attack, inflict 1 bleed next scene. Exploit Plight. Prioritizes targeting staggered characters. If target is staggered, offensive dice gains +2 power. Now, moving over to the pages, we have Killing Nature. Mass Individual. Gain 1 killing mark when using page with an effect involving bleed. Only usable at +7 killing marks. On use, spend 7 killing marks. On hit, inflict 10 bleed this scene. On hit, deal bonus damage equal to bleed on target. Backup Trick. On use, draw all pages from deck at the start of the next scene. Discard all of them at the end of the next scene. On clash win, recover 5 HP. Tearing Chainsaw. On use, all dice on this page gain on hit, inflict 5 bleed and 3 tear to target next scene. On clash lose, boost next dice minimum value by 8. Reduce power of target's current defensive dice by 8. Tear. Take X additional damage from bleed. Purge the status at the end of the scene. Gotcha. On use, draw 1 page. On hit, inflict 2 bleed and 1 tear to target next scene. Opportunity located. Combat start. If target has a status ailment, gain 1 strength and 2 damage up this scene. On hit, inflict 3 bleed next scene. Face the battlefield. On use, restore 2 light and discard a random page from hand. On hit, inflict 1 bleed next scene. And that concludes all the information on Anard. Now, time to move over to Leanne Socrates' page. 500 HP, 200 stagger resist, 2 to 7 on the dice rolls. HP resistances are endured for slash, normal for stab and crush. Stagger resistances are normal for slash and crush, endured for stab. Moving over to the passive abilities, we have Leanne Socrates. At the start of each scene, restore 1 additional light and give 1 protection to all allies. Starting with the second scene and every 3 scenes afterwards, use Devour Flesh and Blood and reduce its cost to 0. If there is a librarian with less than 20% HP, use special page Join Us. Distorted Strength starts the battle with 40% less HP. The distortion page is added to this character's EGO list. If HP is lower than 50%/25%, all dice gain +1 to 2 power. At the start of each scene, inflict 1 bind to all enemies and deal damage equal to stacks of bind on them. Will of Vengeance. On a successful hit, if HP is lower than 50% or 25%, absorb 1 to 4 HP from target. Shell of Ego. If HP is lower than 50% or 25%, reduce incoming damage by 2 to 4, including damage from non-attacks. Singular Strike. When using a combat page with 1 non-counter dice, the dice gains +2 power and it yields twice as many emotion points in a clash. And that concludes all the passive abilities on Leanne. Now moving over to the shelf, we have Frigid Vessels. Macimation. On use, lose 40 HP. On hit, inflict Severe Cold this scene. Severe Cold. Lower minimum roll value of all dice to 1. Devour Flesh and Blood. Only 1 copy of this page can be had at a time. Start of clash, destroy all of opponent's dice. Vengeance, devour 1 target's die up to 3 times. If not in a clash, select a combat page set on a random speed dice of the target. I need more flesh and blood. Devour. Devoured dice permanently disappear from target's page and are added to this page. Prioritize dice with highest minimum and maximum roll values. Clench Heart. On use, deal 10 damage to self. All dice on this page gain 2 power and deal 2 damage. Vengeance, gain 2 power. Show a Smile. Single use combat start. Gain 5 strength and fragile this scene. Vengeance, add 4 cost page. Strip off the smile to hand. Vengeance. This ability activates if the user's current HP is lower than 50%. Strip off the smile. Slash 20 to 25. On hit, inflict 10 bind next scene. Son of the Dead Winter. Gain power equal to bind on target. On hit, inflict 3 bind next scene. Residual Warmth. On use, restore 2 light and freeze them at the start of the next scene. Vengeance. Do not activate freeze effect. On hit, absorb 2 HP from target. So I just gotta ask this before I move on to the last and final one. Is that someone's guts hanging like a fucking scarf on this guy? Leanne, you are scary. Biting Cold. On use, draw 2 pages and freeze them at the start of the next scene. Vengeance. Do not activate the freeze effect. On hit, inflict 1 bind next scene. And that concludes all the information on Leanne. Now let's go ahead and move over to Mona's page. 200 HP, 100 stagger resist, 1 to 7 on the dice rolls. HP resistances are normal for slash and crush, endured for stab. Stagger resistances are normal for slash and stab, endured for crush. Moving over to the passive abilities, we have Ranged Only. Can only use ranged combat pages. Ionizer of Cracked Gold. Can store up to 25 charges at once. Gain 3 charge at the start of each scene. Draw 1 page every time this character spends charge at the start of the act. So the combat page's energy combustion and munition loading are added to this character's EGO list. Destiny to Destroy. The first offensive dice rolled each scene gains 4 power. Longitudinal Sentry Enhancement. Offensive dice gain +1 power in a one-sided attack. Charged Shield. At emotion level 2 or above, if the character gained charge using combat pages in the previous scene, gain 1 endurance at the start of this scene. Energy Discharge. At emotion level 2 or above, if the character spent charge using combat pages in the previous scene, gain 1 strength at the start of the scene. J-Corp's tactical set modified. On a successful hit, gain 2 mental barrier. Gain 40 mental barrier at the start of the act. Phase Anchor. Cannot be targeted by mass attacks. Ooh. That's a strong one. Now moving over to the pages in the shelf, we have Stellar Storm, pre-installed. This page is discarded instead of being combusted. When discarded, lower the cost of this page by 2 until it's used. On use, spend all charge. All dice on this page gain power equal to the amount of charge spent. 10 of 10 true damage. Pre-installed. This page is drawn at the start of the act. True damage, unaffected by damage, increase and decrease effects and resistances. All-out Barrage. On use, discard all ranged combat pages from hand, copy and add dice from the page to dice queue for each page discarded this way up to 5 times. This dice deals 50% less damage and stagger damage. Locked Outburst. On use, all dice on this page gain +1 power for every ally targeted target of this page, up to +3. On hit, spend 5 charge to inflict 3 fragile next scene. Sieging Phaser. Dice on this page deal true damage. On hit, spend 8 charge to deal 8 bonus damage to all enemies. Munition Loading. Pre-installed. On use, return to hand. Draw 1 page and spend 5 charge to boost power of all dice on the page by 2. Energy Combustion. Pre-installed. On use, return to hand. Combust the page with the highest cost in hand. Restore light and gain charge equal to the cost of combusted page. And that concludes all the information on Mona. Now, moving over to Lin Bingxie's page. 80 HP, 0 stagger resist, 1 to 6 on the dice rolls. All HP resistances are normal. Stagger resistances are immune. Moving over to the passive abilities, we have Spiritual Beacon. If there are other allies alive, become untargetable. If there are none, ... Ruined Spirit. On a successful hit, deal only stagger damage, can become staggered only by collapse effect. Upon recovering from stagger, fully restore light and can use special EGO page this scene. Whispered Prayers. At the start of the scene, give 1 strength and haste to a random ally. At emotion level 3 to 5, change effect to 2 allies / 2 stacks. Mental Suppression. If this character's emotion level is higher than target's, lower maximum roll value of target's dice by 1. At emotion level 3 to 5, boost maximum roll value of all dice by 1 to 2. Survivor. Every time the character recovers from stagger, gain 1 strength and endurance at the start of the scene for the rest of the act, up to 5. Time to move over to the cards in the shelf. Gaze into the Cosmos. Massimation, only usable after recovering from stagger. On use, gain negative emotion point up to the limit and immediately gain 1 emotion level. Gain 3 emotion points at emotion level 5 instead. On hit, target takes double stagger damage this scene, including stagger damage from non-attacks. Prayer of the Soul. Combat start, gain 2 collapse, give 1 strength and endurance to all other allies. On hit, deal bonus damage equal to 25% of target's current stagger resistance, max of 50. Jesus. Collapse. If stacks reach 3, become staggered at the end of the scene and purge all stacks. Prophecy of Fear. Combat start, gain 1 collapse. Target takes 30% more stagger damage from attacks this scene. Target's die rolls minimum value. Ataraxia. Combat start, gain 5 protection this scene and purge all collapse at the end of this scene. Form as a current. On use, gain 1 collapse and 1 negative emotion point. On hit, draw 1 page. Cognition Restraint. On use, restore 2 light. This die cannot be recycled. On hit, deal bonus stagger damage equal to roll's value. And with that, guys, that concludes all the information about the Wound Office. So, with that, we're going to be using Malkuth's team, and let's go ahead and get started. Like that. What? Okay. You wanna cheat the system? Well, we'll kill you, you bastard. He was supposed to actually lose all of his, I think, because Roland won that. Well, my chart could have been another attack. That is true. I'm thinking about that now. But it doesn't matter because we're gonna whoop his ass. Send him straight to the morgue. Okay. Boom, bop, and boom. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Stabby to let him know. Nice. Actually doing good this time. That did nothing to him. Okay, just a little bit more damage. No, they're not gonna join you. They don't care. Oh my god, the bleed. That's gonna hurt. Stabby. And, that's gonna get probably a stun in a moment on my guy, but we'll see. Nice block. Oh. Nice. Oh, damn. He's still gonna take all those shots. The last one. Boom. Okay, so how do you decide on which one you're going to kill? Yep, there it is. You going down, fool. Give us back our dice. Ow. Dick. That's 2 dead. But you just lost your boy. Your boy dead. And you next. Boom, that hurts. Yep, that hurts. Ooh, that's gotta be painful, sir. I don't even know what that red dot is. If we get a chance, I will check it out personally. But, looks like we are fucking you up. Oh, there it is. Nope, not today, sir. Okay. Giving Roland some strength right there. That is gonna hurt. Oh, this is unfortunate for you. Oh, that... I think we're all staggered. Oh, no. We are not. Which is very fortunate for us. Alright. Okay, he's dead. Okay, dead. Okay, Roland. It's you versus the girl. But we're gonna immobilize her to guarantee this. No, unforgivable. Kill you all, kill you. Okay, so before this continues, I do want to make sure. So Ruined Spirit, whispered prayers, mental suppression, survivor, unstable expression, unaffected by the effect of collapse, can deal physical damage and remove usage restriction from gaze into the cosmos. Oh, it's normal. It's not fatal. Uh-oh. Oh my god. Okay. Mine goes first. Okay. So that is, I pretty much cheesed that last bit because I was lucky enough to get the card that I needed to freeze her. That was a lot of damage she was going to do. It was like maximum 25, maximum 20, 14, and then also those 14 cards make your dice roll the minimum, which that just sucks. So we passed it, and that's just how it is. I lost 3, maybe 4 times on this one before I finally got it right. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump over into the statistics of these characters after the story. They were really looking out for each other up to the last moment. Even in such a situation, there weren't any signs of complaints from them. Once you decide on a path, there's no going back, as it should be. Really? Then what about you, Angela? Me? All the way up to this moment, after seeing so many people and things along the way, would you have any regrets? Would you still be willing to exact your revenge on that person, even if it means staining your hands with blood? I don't know. I don't even know if the freedom I desire can really be called freedom. But I think if we follow this path to the end and get the one absolute book, we will get all the answers. So, that's what you think. Well, it is indeed just another step closer toward the goal. However, judging from what the Observer has been up to, it's likely that J-Corp won't stop here. The Wings are willing to use all the means they have in order to achieve their goals. I mean, having to deal with stuff like that, there's no way I can stand a few more. Have I now become like those unscrupulous Wings? What went wrong now that made you contact me at this time? Just now, the object of observation in this area, Paige Wong, went to the library and brought back from it what is suspected to be the power of Psychomant. Did you mean the Angel of Ruina office? The situation over there doesn't look very good. Try to retrieve the object of observation intact. Ooh. Alright, so that is the story, and honestly, that's really cool. That's dipping into Angels of Ruina. I don't know what more will come to that. I believe this mod came out before that, but I have no fucking idea. But with that, guys, let's go ahead and move over to burn some books. All right, here we go. I hope we get all the books so I can go ahead and read them. Yes, we did. We got Lynn's, we got Annard's, we got Leanne, and Mona's. These will actually be some really good pages. I can already feel it. but let's go ahead and go over them. Starting off with Anard's Page, 108 HP, 58 stagger resist, 2 to 7 on the dice rolls. HP resistances are normal for slash and stab, endured for crush. Stagger resistances are endured for slash, normal for stab and crush. Moving over to the passive attributions. Bloodthirsty Killing. At the start of the act, the combat page Killing Nature is added to this character's EGO list. When using a combat page with an effect involving bleed, all dice on the page gain 1 to 2 power. When inflicting bleed using combat pages, additionally apply 1 stack of tear. Finish off. Upon winning a clash, if this character's roll value is higher than opponent's roll value by 4 or more, add an offensive dice. Slash 4 of 4 on hit, inflict 1 bleed next scene to the dice queue. Once per page, does not activate on counter dice of this character. Mutilating Saw. When inflicting bleed using combat pages, apply 1 to 2 additional stacks. Now moving over to the page that absolutely shredded my ass, we have Tearing Chainsaw. On use, all dice on this page gain on hit, inflict 5 bleed and 3 tear to target next scene. On clash lose, boost next dice minimum value by +8. Reduce power of target's current defensive die by 8. Let's move over to our next person. Leanne's Page, 180 HP, 56 stagger resist, 2 to 7 on the dice rolls. HP resistances are endured for slash, normal for stab and crush. Stagger resistances are normal for slash and crush, endured for stab. Moving over to the passive attributions, we have Distorted Strength. Starts the battle with 40% less HP. The distortion page is added to this character's EGO list. If HP is lower than 50% or 25%, all dice gain 1 to 2 power. At the start of each scene, inflict 1 bind to all enemies and deal damage equal to the stacks of bind on them. Will of Vengeance. On a successful hit, if HP is lower than 50% or 25%, absorb 2 to 4 HP from targets. Shell of Ego. If HP is lower than 50% or 25%, reduce incoming damage by 2 to 4, including damage from non-attacks. Now let's go ahead and move over to the pages. Show a Smile. Single use on play, gain 5 strength and fragile this scene. Vengeance. Add 4 cost page. Strip off the smile to hand. Strip off the smile. Slash 20 to 25 on hit, inflict 10 bind next scene. Devour Flesh and Blood. Only 1 copy of this page can be had at a time. Start of clash. Destroy all opponent's dice. Vengeance. Devour 1 target's die up to 3 times. If not in a clash, select a combat page set on a random speed die of the target.
I need more flesh and blood.
And moving over to the next one, we have Mona's Page. 100 HP, 50 stagger resist, 2 to 7 on the dice rolls. HP resistances are normal for slash and crush, endured for stab. Stagger resistances are normal for slash and stab, endured for crush. Passive attributions are Ionizer of Cracked Gold. Can store up to 25 charges at once. Gain 3 charges at the start of each scene. Draw 1 page every time this character spends charge. At the start of the act, the combat pages, energy combustion, and munition loading are added to the character's EGO list. Destined to Destroy. The first offensive die rolled each scene gains 4 power. Longitudinal Sentry Enhancement. Offensive dice gain +1 power in a one-sided attack. Alright, and now let's go ahead and move over to the cards that straight up ripped us a new asshole through this fight. Sieging Phaser. Dice on this page deal true damage. On hit, spend 8 charge to deal 8 bonus damage to all enemies. True damage, unaffected by damage increase and decrease effects and resistances. Stellar Storm. Pre-installed. This page is discarded instead of being combusted. Stellar Storm. Pre-installed. This page is discarded instead of being combusted. When discarded, lower the cost of this page by 2 until it's used. On use, spend all charge. All dice on this page gain power equal to the amount of charge spent. 10 of 10 true damage. And then moving over to the last key page, we have Lynn's Page. 80 HP, 0 stagger resists, 1 to 6 on the dice rolls. HP resistances are normal. Stagger resistances are immune. Moving over to the passive attributions, we have Lin Bingxie. Speed dice slot, +1, draw 2 additional pages at the start of the act. Combat pages cannot be replaced or swapped. While staggered, if there are other allies alive, become untargetable, cannot overlap. Ruined Spirit. On a successful hit, deal only stagger damage, can become staggered only by collapse effect. Upon recovering from stagger, fully restore light and can use special EGO page this scene. Whispered Prayers. At the start of the scene, give 1 strength and haste to a random other ally. At emotion level 3 to 5, change effect to 2 allies /2 stacks. Mental Suppression. If this character's emotion level is higher than target's, lower maximum roll value of target's dice by 1. At emotion level 3 to 5, boost maximum roll value of all dice by 1 to 2. And that concludes the passive attributions on all of them, but let's go ahead and go over these final pages. So, Prayer of the Soul. Combat start, gain 2 collapse, give 1 strength and endurance to all other allies. On hit, deal bonus damage equal to 25% of target's current stagger resist, max of 50. Ataraxia. Combat start, gain 5 protection this scene and purge all collapse at the end of this scene. And with that, everyone, that is going to conclude this video, so I really hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, go ahead and let me know by hitting that like button, and if you're new to the channel and you want to become part of the pack, go ahead and hit that sub button and notification bell to know when a new video goes up. Also, don't forget to leave me a comment down below, because all comments are well appreciated. And with that, everyone, I'm DemoonicWolf, and I'll see you all in the next video that I make, because I am